Today we might have a demo from Piotr.
Yeah, I will try to show some.
So you see, it works. We can hear you. Okay. Other topics 151. Harvest and triage. Who has some other demo to do? None of you. Okay, so let's start with 151. On Friday, I pushed 1.5.1 because Antoine did not test the RCs. And he said, oh, let's try the final version. Oh, there are a lot of bugs. Okay, let's report them now. Yeah, thank you, Antoine, for reporting, and I don't thank you for not reporting them while it was RC. So, and they were important bugs like JavaScript errors and stuff not working. So yeah, so I raised 151. What did it include? Yeah, the navigate. Okay, a big bug with like if you have more than 10 items, the 10th item will go under the first one. It's like 10 was taken as 1.0. Oh. So I fixed this one. Ugly code. New reference exceptions with the menu widget. UI stuff, so when you create a new menu item, it goes back to the same menu if you have multiple menus. I fixed one from Zoltan about content picker scroll bars not showing in Firefox. And the paging also was not working in the content picker, so if you had more than 10 items, you could not go to the second page. And I think that's it for 151. What else? 1.6, so no change in since last week. I did nothing on the... Yes, I did something on the Hibernate branch. I fixed the branch actually because it was not working. There was some compilation issues with the mini profiler module. And you can still try the Hibernate 3 branch if you want. It's compatible with 1.5, so just migrating the binaries should do the work. There is no changes apart from the DLLs, so it should work. And you could see great improvement in your performance with that. Something you need to see. Let me share it. So you need to read this loader. Okay, so in case you don't know, Orchard does dynamic compilation, and to do that there is a notion of module loader. There are different module loaders in Orchard: core module loader, precompile, and dynamic module loader. This one is the one which is responsible for compiling a project if there is no binary and there is a CSproj file. So for instance, you download a module from the gallery, it will compile the CSproj file automatically, okay? And give back all the dependencies, all the types from this module to Orchard itself as extension.
I can't see your screen yet, Sebastian. Can anyone else see your screen?
No, it's still loading here.
I've got it already.
This one.
Okay, it's loaded now.
Yeah, here too.
So this page is very interesting if you want to understand how the dynamic completion works and module resolution works. And what I added this morning, and I broke it. Okay, let me unbreak it. It'll be quick. quick. I know what I did, which is wrong here. Edit. Remove this one. Remove this one. Tab. Preview. Okay. Commit. So done. So let me go back on the page here. Okay, it will be fixed in a few seconds. So what I added this section which lets you disable the dynamic module loader. So this one is responsible for compiling dynamically a project, but if you go on production, you don't want to be able, you should not need to be able to dynamically compile a module, because all modules should be already pre-compiled by Visual Studio and released as is, and you don't want to add any module from the gallery on a production website. So you can safely disable it, okay? But then you can safely disable it. You should disable it because it actually creates a file system watcher instance per CS file, per CS proj file, which means it can create a lot of file system watcher instances and take a lot of memory for nothing. So disabling it will prevent you from loading too much memory for useless things, and also freeing some CPU. And what you just need to do, I will try to refresh to see, no, not yet, is to open this file, which is in any Orchard installation, sample.host components, renaming to host components.config only, and you'll see there is a disabled value true for the dynamic extension loader, which will disable it. So restart your app with that and it will be pretty fast. If you want to use Azure websites, it's mandatory, because Azure websites uses shared folder, and file system watchers won't work on shared folders, and even more, it will make your application very, very, very slow, kind of unusable. And when you have that working, it's very fast. Yeah, it's fast. Just side note, but very important, because you all have production websites running, so you need to do that, and you should see some difference, and start again the application then after. Okay. Question about that? No.
No, just this. Maybe I'm not understanding it, but I see the sentence to disable the module. This is not a module that you're disabling, right? Shouldn't it say to disable the module?
No, it's not a module. This is a dynamic module loader.
Exactly.
That's not a dynamic module. This is
because there's a sentence saying to disable the module, rename the file, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, but the dynamic.
But
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now okay, then
you can fix the typo if you.
Thank you. Thank you.
F5. Yeah, now it's you see it's fixed now. Yeah, because when you change the GitHub repository, it pushes automatically the changes onto the application, so it's live.
Okay.
Very nice. And I think anyone can change it, so change it. But yeah, it's not a module. Yeah, no one knows about that because it's not documented anywhere, so I added it there. Okay. Also, you might have watched the webcams TV that I recorded last week, actually. 1.5 was not already released, and we are showing 1.5. I think there are a lot of views. Well, it's normal for Channel 9 video, but yeah, 18,000 in 3 days, so I hope it will give more visibility to our channel. Yeah, maybe we can make it for each release. I'll check.
Yeah, that would be great because it even helped me because I don't have a lot of time to try out all the new features, and this video really helps getting acquainted with them.
Yeah,
So that's really
and
great.
it's nice for more people want to follow it. And I didn't show everything. I forgot some. Like for instance, I didn't show the edit placement. I realized
Oh,
it
yeah.
in the end, but
Ah,
yeah,
what?
I wanted to do it and I could not do it.
That's one of the best features.
One of them, they are all best features.
Yeah.
And something that people don't know, I pinged Aiden for that, so he can make a blog post. He will do. It's the new placement slash chart that you can use to target layout zones from the placement. That's also something very interesting. So from a placement info, you know, you can target a layout zone now.
That's great.
So this is something I didn't show, and yeah, I must have missed some of them too. I didn't also explain how to use the anti-spam stuff that you can use on anything, and how to configure it using tokens. That's great too, and well. But next one will be about performance, showing performance stuff. We'll see how it goes. 1.6. So in the chat, when I type that, do you see ampersand apos semicolon or?
I see I ampersand M.
Yeah, that's crazy because yeah. So I see also everything for okay. I report it. Why am I getting?
No, that's right. I see the right thing.
There is no
But-
typo.
Okay,
There
so
isn't a typo.
from the other ones, I see. Like, do you see this is what Zoltan just typed.
What about mine? What does mine
Also,
look
I
like?
see like it ampersand apos semicolon.
What, as mine as well, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a big
Maybe it's a locale or something.
double encoding or. Okay, webcam. Ilan is not here to talk about harvest, so I will do. So harvest. We have a website online. Some of you might have seen this one. Don't publish it, please, because we need to figure out how to get the money from Eventbrite. There is an Eventbrite event. It's almost done, but we need to work on this page. The agenda is done. We don't know who will speak, but we know the topics. We already know 2 speakers. The sponsors. Microsoft because they sponsor the event, Noisette and One Stop because they are co-organizers. They do the web. So Noisette is Bertrand and Ilan from One Stop are helping for putting up the event, and Outercurve for financial stuff too. There is a form to contact the owners of the website. This is running 1.5, but you don't care. You just care about the event, September 8 and 9. 12 sessions, a keynote, a hackathon. Let's fix this one. Who will be there? Everyone here.
I will be there.
So it's okay. You can come. Sike comes, so you can come. Piotr will be there too. Nick will be in Vietnam. I will be there. I'm sure Zoltan and Benedek will be there. And then Antoine, do you intend to come? I'm sure you would like to come, or maybe you can't come. Do you go to Vietnam too, with Nick?
We're gonna hold hands in Vietnam.
What should be members?
The core community members who will be there. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No one. I've seen this. Yeah, let's fix it. It's easy. Yeah, we'll see who comes. But there are a lot of also professionals, on-chart professionals will join. Some from Los Angeles and. So on-chart harvest, we should go live this week. I don't know when, but we have to go live this week with this event. Still need a few things to fix.
Orchard Harvest is already on Google search.
Orchard Harvest. Oh, yeah. That's another company. It's sad. Well, who cares? What else? Who wanted to make a demo? Piotr, you want to do it now? We lost Piotr? Yeah, do it. Waiting for Piotr. He's setting up his stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
You're a presenter.
Am I?
By the
How
way,
do I present?
you share.
Current presenter.
On the bottom left, the fourth icon.
I've got it. He was a good guy. Good.
No, we can't hear you, Piotr.
Can you see my desktop?
Oh, I can't.
Not yet.
You didn't share yet.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay. I had to change the audio device. Okay, so...
No, Nick is doing a demo now because we could not wait for you.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Can you see my desktop, guys?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. So, I've got a module to do with importing and exporting. Damn it. Hold on. I don't even know where the... here it is. Okay, so I've got this module to do with importing and exporting from like WordPress and BlockML. And it all goes through taxonomies. I've kind of lost my footing here. So what I've got now is when you enable the module, let me just go and show you guys quickly. External. Hold on. Okay, so I've got... Oh, what the hell is going on here? Okay, so I've got this external import-export, which relies on taxonomies mainly, and blogs and comments. One thing that needs to be noted is that I no longer use the tags module when doing importing. I use the taxonomies module, and a couple other things is that you can specify a local file, so that could be a BlockML file or a WordPress file, and it can also be in a zip, and it will unzip it, and it also unzip multiple files and import. If your file length is more than 4 meg, then you might want to upload the file to your local server, and then you just put the URL path in. So if, for example, it's under the media folder, then it will upload from the media folder, and then that's a way of getting around the 4 meg limit. And what you've also got now is you can import a WordPress as a WXD file without having to convert to BlockML, which is one thing that I think has held us back for quite a while for moving across to WordPress. So yeah, that now works. And then there's a lot of other stuff going on here. So you got your default blog slug. So let's say your blog used to be blog 1 and you want to change it to blog 2. It will change that for you. let's say you so let's say so offending host. Let's say that you've got a lot of things in there like www. Let's say your blog is the main issue, and you move all your content from the main issue where it's /blog to /blog Nick. Well, what you can do is you can put in the offending hosts that will take the main issue and turn that to it will turn that to, I think, a squiggly line /, or it will turn it. It will calculate the URL for you and switch it to the appropriate URL for your blog, and that's comma separated, so you can do foobar.com and so on and so forth, and it will turn it all to the relative blog of the one that you're importing into. So it just does a lot of cleaning up. If you want to keep importing your blog multiple times, but you don't want multiple posts, then you can switch in override matching posts, and it will dedupe your post for you. So it will go and look for the slug of that post and override everything that post knows about, and the post, of course. And then let's say you want to import in batches. You can now import. You can specify the start number. So let's say I only want to import records 10 to 100. I can say start at record 10 and process only 100 records. That allows you to also get around the 4 meg limit if you want to then only upload a 4 meg file and then process the whole of just that, a chunk of that 4 meg file. I know that with WordPress you've got a lot. Some people have huge blogs, going into 20, 30, 40, 50 meg. So that can certainly help. So one other thing to note is it will also do quite a lot of cleaning for you. So let's say you've imported stuff from Word, and Word normally inputs stuff like this. I think it's O : tag something or other inside your markup. It will actually strip out all of this and normalize the HTML down for you using HTML Agility Pack. So we'll actually do a lot of cleanup for you when importing. There's not an option to turn that off at the moment, but maybe going forward I might introduce that. So that's basically it at the moment. It all works. I just haven't actually got a file to show you that it imports, because I only just span it up now. That's about as much as I wanted to do.
Do you have a command also?
Yes. Oh, I completely forgot. There is a command line option. So there is a command line option that allows you to do file name, default blog slug, offending host, override, start record number, process records to process, and also the selected schema. So selected schema in this case would be WordPress or BlogML, which doing it this way allows you to not only run things a lot quicker, but also gets by that 4 meg limit. And it works exactly the same way as it does through the UI, except obviously you do it through the command line. So that's it so far, guys.
Yeah, you can, and you can host it on Azure website. It's free.
Yeah, and you can sit on it. So the next step I wanted to do, I tweeted about it, was I'd like to make it so that you can do a one-click from WordPress to Orchard. So what happens is that the workflow would be that you have a WordPress blog, you then hit a button, it will then spin up your Orchard site, install this module, and then do an import. So I'm not 100% sure on how to do that, and obviously it's going to be done on Azure, but not exactly sure how it will work. But that could be a nice thing to do. There's obviously some prerequisites. You need an Azure account. You need internet access. But it's an idea. So yeah.
Yeah, you should do a command line tool for that. You don't need a web stuff. For
Well,
instance, just say you have a not even an Azure account. Just say you have a publication settings file from Azure. You know, the web deploy publication settings file. This can work with any hoster. Yeah, and you put just this file in parameter, so that the tool will download or chart, put the correct module inside, the correct recipe, set it up locally, and can even push it to using the web deploy to the website. So with just one command line.
I see. Okay. I was actually thinking more along the lines of if you have a WordPress blog and you just want to get off of it, you actually can just go into WordPress, push a button, and it will just migrate you straight across.
Yeah, I don't know if it's doable. It might be very tricky.
Yeah.
If
I spoke to the Azure. I tweeted to the Azure team, and they said that you might be able to do something through the Azure SDK, through the APIs. But I don't.
Yeah, but then let's do command line using web deploy, and it will work with Azure and anyone handling web deploys, even your own host.
No, absolutely. I need to migrate to Azure, but yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So I thought that this might be a nice thing to push for. I know that Harvest is coming up, and I saw one of the things was migrating to Orchard. So you might want to use something along this line if you're doing WordPress. Yeah.
So the Harvest website is running on Azure websites.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's fast. Well, it's a dedicated instance because you can't have a domain name on Azure websites right now. It's just for demonstration purpose. You will, but we don't know when. So right now it's a dedicated instance.
Okay.
If you have an MSDN account, you've got two free small instances on Azure, and that's what I'm using.
I see. They still got the public free accounts, right?
And with the public free account, you will have something like main.azurewebsites.net. You can't have your own domain name.
Okay.
That's a limitation.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. That's a demonstration right now, the free stuff. Thank you.
Demo. No
Piotr, your turn.
Yeah, anybody can hear me?
Everyone.
Okay. So, basically, I finally managed to almost finish the Singular integration module. There's a lot of things to rewrite because Singular does things a lot different than Orchid.
It's just about the I finally managed to almost finish.
Yeah, but you know, the almost means
Show
it. Okay. Almost means that there is no good UI. But okay, how do I show it on the new UI?
Bottom left, fourth icon.
Okay. It's this monitor. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
Are you already sharing? Okay, it's coming for me.
Yeah.
Might wait for the others. Ooh, beautiful. So just for your screenshot, is funny because the theme you are using,
Yeah.
the guy who made it started from a theme I made, so the journalist, and you can see the icon. He didn't change it, so it's still the old icon.
Oh.
It's the journalist theme icon.
Oh yeah, I haven't noticed it.
But this theme works perfectly.
Yeah. Okay, so what you can see on the screen, I made a small module based on the Signaler, module that I built for integration with Orchard. What it does, it allows you to collaborate on the same whiteboard directly from Orchard, and it's not that, you know, it's all about Singular, what I've just said, but the Orchard integration part comes when you want to save this stuff in Orchard. And how it works, it's just when you, I've opened two windows to show you. These are totally two different connections. One is in IE, second one is in Chrome, and you can paint, you know, in real time, and it refreshes. What it does in the background is just every line you see here, like this one, for example, it's a separate request to the server, and it's really fast. So you draw something, it goes through the server through Orchard request, and every information about the lines you draw is being persisted on the server. So when you hit save image,
so that's an Orchard request that goes through Orchard pipeline. So
everything goes through Orchard pipeline. That was the idea, because, you know, Singular itself, you know, plugging in Singular into a plain vanilla ASP.NET MVC application is very simple. But the problems with Orchard are that first, it's a session. It's that there is a session is being loaded on each request, which is very bad for performance in situations like we have here. So, for example, when it's about Singular requests, this is the first thing, and the second thing is, you know, just plugging into the work context. So if you, for example, do something on, you know, through Singular, you could save it in a database, or use all the services and all the stuff that comes with Orchard. So, for example, in this case, I can show you the code. I just move Visual Studio here. It's a separate module based on the Singular module. I'm not going to go into details of this Singular module because there is a lot of stuff, a lot of artifact-based customization, root customization, and even the HTTP handler customization. So it's kind of lot of low level stuff in here. But what I did is to as for now, it's easier to plug in something built with Singular to Orchard than to plain MVC side, because you would just have to, like I did with this module, I just added a whiteboard hub. Hubs are it's a place where it's the Singular object that allows users to plug into.
That's just a Singular hub. This is not a Orchard.
It's just Singular hub.
Okay.
It's just Singular hub.
So it's standard Singular development. Once you have this module, okay.
Exactly. So it was the whole point. So the whole customization is invisible for the user, and the user can use Singular hubs, Singular persistent connections if you want to do some low-level stuff, and yeah, everything.
What is the impact of the Singular module on the Orchard instance? Does it slow it, or
no?
Does it changes all user routes? Or?
No, and it was actually I had the problem with plugging Singular in Orchard, but it doesn't, you know, slow. It won't slow anything, because how it works, it just plugs in its routes through some other means than iRoute provider, because of the session requirement on the handler. That's not good for Singular, because it works 100 times slower then. But the impact is none on the Orchard side. I was pretty shocked to see that when you, for example, do a request, when you draw something like this, it's about a couple hundred requests being done in the background, and it works without any problems. And for each request, you have the whole work context being created. So it's Orchard is really fast
on your machine.
No, no. I also ran it on Windows Server, and just ordinary machine with 2 gigs of RAM without any bells and whistles, and it was running smoothly. Because there's Singular uses multi-threading to great extent. Everything that's being done inside Singular uses the task parallel library, and there are lots of different tasks being created. And it was the third or fourth problem with Singular and Orchard, the multi-threading. But I somehow made it so it works, and it's not slowing down the whole instance anyway.
Okay. Do you have some ideas for modules to do? Well, the chat application is obvious, but
yeah, chat application is obvious. The whiteboard I made for the demo, I'm going to extend it. So, for example, but maybe I'll show you how it is.
You could make a suite of
collaboration suite.
Yeah, like chat, whiteboard, sharing documents, things like that, live stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, the whiteboard is a part on.
Nick is smiling. He will say a joke in 1 second. Okay.
But no, you could rewrite link.
You could have link, and we will host.
I tried it. I tried it, but there is no easy way to get audio from the JavaScript. You cannot do it. But actually, it can be done on mobile devices. For example, using PhoneGap, you could plug into the audio stream and send it back to the server. And I will try it. I will try it for sure, and we'll see how it works. But
I'm sure you have interesting things to do instead of doing.
Yeah, I have, but they're actually not as much interesting as this one.
Just make sure you do it Metro style.
Yeah. Yeah, so the possibilities are huge. You can build games based on it.
Yeah, but we talk about Orchard. Who cares then what you make with it? Games or...
Yeah, but you can build a game on Orchard using this one.
Who cares?
For example, no.
It's not about doing website. Yeah, you can. You could do before. It's just about Singular. Question is, incorporating Singular in Orchard, what does it open? Suites of collaboration things is very interesting, because you could say, hey, you want to do a collaboration tool, a website with pages and private sections for collaborating, you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't do it because
project, for example, project on an item, when you have something like project-based whiteboard or project chat, or lots of stuff you can think about that collaboration can be used in.
Or who's online, things like that in an intranet, it makes sense. Or who's editing what, and yeah.
There are also a couple of other use cases besides collaboration. For example, to communicate multi-instance communication, for example, in the web farm between Orchard instances. It would be good. And I'll try to implement it, because it would be quite a useful thing. And in general, communication between Orchard applications. and between applications that are not Orchard based,
So
like mobile
another
or
question: how does it work with multi-tenancy?
without any problems. Actually, I plugged it in. I plugged the whole thing into the work context. So every request you do is happening in the work in the context of a given of some
I
shell.
just mean if you have like in your current Orchard application, you create a new tenant.
Yeah.
And with the same modules, I don't want the same screen to be shared across tenants. That's the typical scenario, you see. So
yeah,
you should try to create a new tenant and go on the home page of each of them and see when you draw, it doesn't go on the other tenant.
Okay, I'll try it, but I'm pretty sure it won't. But yeah, I'll have to test it.
Let's try.
Yeah, so basically that's all. It's just the beginning, but the whole power of Singular and such stuff is in the actual applications. But yeah, I think during the next couple of days I'll finish it and publish it on the gallery, the Singular module, and maybe I'll manage to write some documentation for it, but it won't be that much because lots of stuff is 99% is standard Singular, so yeah, it should be there in a couple of days.
It's great. Nice job.
Thanks.
So we are done with that too. No other one as a demo. Let me see what I have here. Yeah, a customer sent me a new website live. This one, doesn't work. Copy and paste. Copy paste doesn't work. Cool. Copy. Okay, this one. And so it's interesting.
Was that Steve Taylor?
No. And if you look at this one, so you will find some matches with. I will show you this one. So when this one, you see those three ones are actually the same solution as a white label, and they are sold to different companies. Interesting, because of our chart theming and reusability. Okay. I'm required to share it, so
yeah,
let's share it. So I was showing this one, which is the first one from the company, and this one too.
They are all the same.
Yes, same solution, yeah. But it's interesting as a as a scenario for a professional to sell their solutions, that our chart can be customized and for each client with a theming and making a fair square, and this one too. No, this one I already did. This is Jeff and Brewer, that you know. See, so well, that's a chain of food in UK. You know them, Nick? Jeff and Brewer, Taylor Walker, Fair and Square.
Sorry, I missed that, Sebastian.
Do you know those chains of
I'm just looking now.
restaurants? No?
I haven't heard of. I think I
Okay.
may have heard of Taylor Walker, but
Now you will, because they have an Orchard website.
Faye and Square, I don't know who they are. And Chef and Brewer, what drinks do they do? How do they
Food.
do best? Ah, London Pride, I know who they are.
Right.
Wow, they're a big company.
That's a very nice website.
They're a big company. If they do London Pride, they're a big company. Oh, Hobgoblin. All right, yeah.
Anyone want to talk about something in particular? Concerns?
Pending forks. Yeah.
Bending forks, a lot of them, yes. As soon as I will have time to work again, instead of doing the harvest stuff, I will take them into account. You mentioned the lifetime scope exception when you change source code. No, this one you don't have a fork for that.
No, I was it. The fork I pasted, the URL for is by Benedek, and is about checking delete and puts and every HTTP method for a cross-site request forgery prevention token.
Yeah, so it's for JavaScript and jQuery methods. Ajax methods, exactly.
Is there a bug open for that?
So this is a corresponding issue.
Yeah,
Okay, so
there's
I
some
didn't see the
issues
link.
somewhere. I think I linked it. Oh yes, there it is. In the second comment.
Oh, you've turned it from a post to a get.
Yeah, the change is very small actually.
Yeah, we check that. Is it open, active?
The issue,
Yeah.
it is as far as I.
Okay, it's just
Remember.
about, instead of checking not post, just checking equals get, so that the delete is not.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, it's safe. Should make it for 1.6.
Okay.
We just
For
have to
another
ensure it's
fork, there was a request for a logon widget. It was voted, I don't know, 9 times or 10. I also created a fork for that.
okay. Yeah, we talked about it since the beginning.
Are you why are you hesitant about it, Sebastian?
The logon,
Yeah.
it's breaking stuff.
No, the widget for log on, log
Yeah.
out.
It's breaking.
Oh.
For log out, you mean, or login? Yeah, it's
What? It's a break-in change.
the themes. You can break themes. It should be okay, but we have to be clear about that. That you remember, Nick, because of you, we added a logon shape because you asked for it, so we
Oh,
could
yeah.
override the logon shape from any module and from the themes. And so it's a shape now. It's not a widget, which means if you make a widget for it, when you upgrade, you can't log on anymore. And if you can't log on anymore, well,
Oh shit. Okay.
so you will have to go to the URL and then but then it will not display the logon. So how do you log in?
Can you not have it? Can you not have it as a widget as well?
Maybe we could do, let's say, just add the widget and let people use it if they want.
Yeah, because you might want it in multiple places, but you still want the default logon
Yeah,
page. 'cause you
like
still want
okay.
a
So
place to log on.
for a new install, it will use the widgets, and for an old install, it will not break anything.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. But this is not something that we should do in 1.6 because 1.6 is really about fixing bugs and performance and the stuff we already decided to have a quick release. So 1.6 should come soon.
Okay.
Hey Sebastian, have you had time to look into that lifetime scope exception problems?
No, there are two problems. So if you know, there is a multi-tenant issue and the change code issue. I didn't have time to do it. This, on the contrary, will make it for 1.6.
Yeah, but you know, I made a comment on I don't remember which one, but on one or the other. But I think it's the same issue. It's because of the shell being reloaded. And it's not about multi-tenancy, but about reloading the whole shell.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason there is some thread running or request thread or something like that is not aware of the lifetime scope that has just been disposed, and I fixed one of those bugs, the one that's explicitly about errors when the shell is being terminated, because it happens in two scenarios. One is it could happen on during the request on the request thread, and it's what's Zoltan reported. And actually, it's not a big problem because it's you can refresh the screen and everything's okay. But the bigger problem is when the exception happens on the main thread. And when it happens on the main thread, you have to do apple recycle or IIS reset because it bombs the whole instance. And I fixed that one. I wrote about it in the comments. There was a change about 4 months ago or 3 months ago. I don't remember exactly. That for some reason, I don't know.
Are you still there?
Yeah, it's very nice. We lost Piotr.
Yay!
So yes, Piotr, I will fix it. We will fix it for 1.6. So I will check that. If you have forks, do it. Otherwise, it will be fixed. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Anything else? Someone pushed a fork for MySQL on the NH3 branch, so MySQL is done, NH3 is done. We have a Web API fork. It should be just about testing everything and pushing it for having 1.6.
Oh, is that my fork?
Yeah, I hope it works.
Yeah, it does. But there's a lot of functionality in the Web API stuff that I haven't included.
Okay, I have to check that.
Yeah.
If you could comment on the fork just to say what it's missing, it would be easier for me to check how to do it and if we need it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sebastian, speaking about the performance, is the session stuff we've been discussing, is it going to be in 1.6 or later?
No, I will do it in 1.6. Yes, if it's.
Okay. I think I sent a pull request or.
Yes, but I also commented that you should make a change.
Okay. Yeah, I recall that. I also made some, performance changes to the rules module and sent you a pull request about it. Just added caching to the events, so there is no SQL query when the events are being fired.
I will check this part and also the widgets, what we can cache in the widget or refactor so that there are less queries in the widgets modules too. So I will do a full performance iteration. So
okay. Yeah,
and we'll talk about that in next meetings.
Okay, cool.
And yes, I will need a proper, because I tried to do some performance testing on virtual machines. It's slower than my machine, so I need a physical machine to do the test. using Windows Server and not Windows 7 like you suggested. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Brett.
So I'm sorry for everyone that I was not able to connect. I have an older Mac, does not let me do the upgrade necessary to join the rest of the Microsoft world. I understand that some announcements were made with regards to Orchard. Does anybody here attending today need more information to help foster some interest in their local communities, and or anybody here, or more importantly, who here that's attending, because we've got quite a few attendees to the meeting, is planning on coming to Los Angeles? Sebastian, could you hear me or not?
Yes, so they are writing in the chat. So we got Adrian Noble, Piotr Sipke, Antoine said he could not. We know already that Nick can't too. Zoltan will come. Sorry, I forgot you, Zoltan. Benedek is not sure right now.
You need to put it on the forum.
Yeah, but again, I didn't want to publicize the website already because the Eventbrite is not in the final setup. So.
But we have all these people's emails, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sebastian, after this meeting, can you and I touch base?
2 p.m.
Sure. I'll walk out of another meeting for this. Sure.
Or 3 p.m.
Sure. Okay. So later afternoon works for you. All right. I really want us to get even
lunch.
The site as it is. I'd like for that to go live ASAP so we can start this process.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So let's put an end to the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Again, if you have some other issues during the week, ping us, forums, mails, everything. And talk to you next week. Thanks all.
Bye all.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
All right.